All right, and we were back. And sorry for the late start, everybody. It was me and Levy just catching up, right? Because I don't get to see my friends except for when I'm at the track or I'm sitting down doing this. So I always like to sit down and catch up for a little bit. But anyway, Levi Badie, bro, it's always an honor to see you, my friend. How you doing?
I'm doing well. It's hot weather again. It's summer. I'm doing super well. How are you doing?
Good, man. Good. Life's busy, man, as always, right? So I'd rather it be busy than slow. Yeah. So I'm constantly at it all the time. But I know your parents are watching, so hi, everybody, man. I can't wait to see you again. It's always an honor to see you. It's always an honor to have your son on. He's absolutely a truly amazing talent. We caught up at Daytona and we was talking about before he joined the whole Bagger League uh, thing situation going on, and I flat out told him, "No worries, you got this. You're gonna win. And it's just gonna open up more doors." And as everybody can see in the background, is first race win, right? So yeah, absolutely, man. Proud of you, bro. Really am. I've watched you. Obviously, we've been friends for several years. Watched you in the Junior Cup and the Twins Cup, and now making the jump to the Baggers, which is completely different motorcycles. Which I can't wait to hear your thoughts on all that. Yeah, dude, I'm just so pumped and proud of you, man, because you've come a far way. You get faster and faster, and man, the sky's the limit for you, Levy.
Yeah, it's been crazy. I mean, getting on a new motorcycle, doing all this different kind of work. I mean, it's not about like these small motorcycles anymore. It's about like these huge 700 plus pound baggers that are like just so different to ride. I mean, I couldn't even describe how different it is really. I mean, unless you ride one of them, like you can't understand how it feels. So it's crazy.
I bet, man. So, let's start off with this. For those that haven't, Levy's been on here many times. Go back and watch all the reruns of the podcast. He tells his whole journey, basically up to where we are right now. That's why, he's going to come on here many times. So go back and take a listen just so everybody can get caught up to speed. Um, Bro, when we had that conversation, immediately when you told me that, I was like, dude, this is great. This is absolutely amazing because you are the right person for that to ride the baggers, dude. It's you, 110% you, and I already knew you was going to succeed, right? But going in, when they approached you with that, I know we had a conversation, really didn't want to leave Moto America, right? How did all this unfold? How did all this come to be?
So I mean, last year we did pretty well in the Twins. We had a pretty good season. I mean, starting up the season like just as like a new. I mean, it wasn't a new team, but the Carnes in the Twins Cup was a new project, and Jason did a really good job like building that whole bike and making sure that we got to the front, and that worked. I mean, we got some good podiums in the year, and everything was going well. Just up until a certain point, and towards the end of the season, that Jason got unfortunate news that he was diagnosed with cancer. So it was a little bit hard to get that for him, and so we were trying to navigate that, and then at a certain point he just wasn't sure about the next season, so he just told us, like, just try to find something else, and he's gonna just make sure he's good with his health. So we did. I mean, but it was a little late in the season, so trying to get like a ride at the end of the at the end of the year, everyone kind of has their ride. So we were just trying to just see and just keep the hope in there, and then yeah, so towards the beginning of this year, some random like Facebook posts, like my team owner Carl, he just put out there like he was gonna retire because he actually had a pretty bad crash on his motocross bike, so he thought it was time to retire. So when he thought it was time to retire, he was like, you know what, like, I just keep want to do it, and I know we can make it work. So he put out there and see if someone was willing to ride for him, and then my father-in-law Bruce, he just he saw it. He saw the post like at 3 a.m. in the morning. He just woke up from his like sleep and just kind of went on Facebook and saw it. So he immediately reached out and said I was available. So then so he contacted us, and from there we just kind of started talking and seeing what's all about. And from there, I mean, uh, got to ride it for the first time in snow weather that day. But that's kind of how it started and unfolded.
Dude, that's absolutely amazing, right? Yeah, big shout out to Cars Performance. You know, their whole program's absolutely amazing. Jason is absolutely amazing human beings. It's an honor to be friends with each and every single one of them. So big shout out to Cars. I mean, I went, dude, Levy, I drove 6 hours away to go buy my son a brand new dirt bike when I could have literally got it 15 minutes from my doorstep, right? But as I always say, I support those who support me, support the industry, right? And Jason owns a business. He's a buddy of mine. So yeah, I'll take that 6 hour drive and spend my money with him versus somebody I don't know and they don't give a shit at the end of the day, right? Where he does. So yeah, absolutely. And then, you know, searching for a ride in Moto America, I assume everybody was asking for money.
Yeah, everyone is asking for money, and especially towards the end of the season, everyone kind of got their picks already out, and then like it's not that I wanted to ride Motor America again. Like, of course, I mean, it's the place to be, and I mean, I feel like home there. So I mean, all the people in there, and I mean, my wife Elise is still riding it, so I'm still there. I mean, every time, but she's still racing the Twins Cup. She's kind of on herself now. She wanted to do our own team. So I mean, yeah, it's a big money game, and it's hard to hear for a lot of fans out there, but it is what it is, and we're just trying to navigate it. But I also don't want to spend my college fund on it.
Facts, right? I mean, it is, man. It's the
What's
name
up,
of the game these
Dwayne?
days, right? Yeah, Dwayne Breezy, what is up, my man? He says, "What's up, Chris and Levy? You." His son's absolutely killing it out there too, Caden. We got Robert Maxwell too. Let's go, Robert. You gotta stay tuned because Robert's coming on tomorrow. And then we got yeah,
My dad.
Ducks. Yep, Dad, Dave. What is up, my man, dude from Belgium? Let's go. Yeah. So coming from the Twins Coat bike, what was your first experience riding the bagger, bro? Because like you said, it's a completely different animal.
Like the first time I got on it, which was on a small track, Nelson Ledges in Ohio. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
No, no.
It's like a very small track. It's like basically a Jennings, but a little smaller and different. Um, but yeah, like I got on it, and it's very low RPM, has a lot of torque. So I mean, it's not like a high revving engine. Um, so we're just kind of I was trying to navigate those first laps with the amount of weight on the bike and just like the difference, because riding from a twin was also like a lot of torque and power and low end, but it's still very different. And then the seating position is not the same. I mean, at least for my class that we can't totally change the riding position yet. So it's like a mid control on the foot pegs and stuff. So you're kind of sitting like a supermoto kind of on it. So I try to ride it a little bit as a supermoto. It's like a huge, maybe like eight times as much weight of a supermoto, but like the way you ride it, trying to kind of swing around, I mean, it works. And I just kind of kept that in mind, trying to just be like, oh yeah, it's a huge supermoto. Just like try to handle it as one, not trying to race it as something different, or not trying to race it as a race bike either.
Yeah. And you think that was part of your success being so fast on it right away too? Is that approach?
Yeah, it's like you're trying to find like familiarities and like the way it rides, because otherwise you're trying to struggle and trying to make a whole new concept of this motorcycle, which I mean that takes too much time that we don't have.
Yeah, that facts, right? That this thing is there's not a lot of time, right? I don't know nothing really about the Bagger League. So you know, run us. You had your first race weekend and your first race win. Congratulations, let's go, bro! I told you, I called it before all this even happened. People, you're gonna be champion this year for sure. No pressure, no added extra pressure, Levy. I just know. But run us through. Obviously, you know I know how Moto America works, and you've been racing there, so is the Bagger League different? Like their schedule, the way the weekends ran? Run us through the typical weekend.
So one thing I mean, definitely is nice is that they don't charge you for the to watch the races. So I mean, streamed on YouTube for free. So I mean, that's kind of nice for certain people. Don't want to pay that like subscription fee for to watch the race. So that brings a lot of good viewers. Another thing that they do well is they do good marketing. They do good promotion. So like a lot of people in the middle of Nebraska were like it was really like you had Hastings in the city, and that was like it. I mean, around there was nothing. There was fields, and then there was the track. So, like the amount of bagger people that showed up actually like, just to view, just to watch these races go on, and they loved it, which was like crazy. I mean, I can't put a number on it, but it was pretty big. I mean, a lot of people showed up. Um, it is different in a way, because it's another race organization. It's always different with anyone, but um I have to say they did a good job in just making sure everyone like is heard. They ask opinions about racing, like to the riders as well, what they think in certain ways, which makes it a little better for inclusivity and just like when we're like for like this starting position, starting procedure, they were asking certain questions, and they do a good job. I mean, it's different, but they do it their own way, pretty good.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And you just race one time a weekend? Is it just one race a weekend?
So depends on what racetrack it is, but this weekend we had two races, so one on Saturday, one on Sunday, and but there was a Mid Ohio race which will be a one race day for that one.
I love it, man. I love it. So, I mean, obviously you adapted to the Harley pretty quickly, right? And obviously we was saying that obviously your riding style obviously changed because you're racing it more like a supermoto, so it's not full blown super bike, super sport, twins, whatever racing. Um, Obviously your braking markers, your turnings, all that. Did all that change too as well?
Yes, I mean it's still pretty fast for what you do. I mean
Yeah,
it's
for
it's
sure.
basically coming at the same kind of speed as a 8R would kind of do. But it's like one thing I reached out to a few riders that I knew, like Rocco Landers and Cody Wyman and all that stuff, and they all told me like one of the nicest things or one of the tips I can give you is like you have to stop it before the corner. So like make sure you get it stopped and shifted in the right gear because if you go and have these false neutrals or something, you're not gonna save this bike into the corner. So that was an adjustment. Like always make sure you're in the right gears. Um, but yeah, no, it's not the same. But you're trying to combine all these skills from all the bikes you've ever ridden in your life to put this in this new thing. Yeah,
Yeah, to adapt quickly too as well. Yeah, 100%. And obviously, you're racing on new circuits you've never been before.
yeah. Nebraska
Yeah,
never been. The new next one, the Gingerman never been. Actually, never been to Ohio. And then there's an October one, which is Las Vegas. So that's new.
obviously you're gonna be watching a lot of YouTube videos, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've
Yeah,
done some of that.
for sure, 100%. What's up, buddy?
If I call mom and ask her if I can get Robux and give her that $5, can I order some on my iPad?
Yeah, yeah. Just go call your mom.
Okay. Cause
This guy,
I want to use that $5. I need Robux.
Robot dude's always.
I need bro. That you gave me money and I didn't spend it at the pool.
Right.
And that's I have.
You gonna say hi to Levy? You gonna say you're talking about?
Oh, yo, what's good? I did not realize that Levy was on there. You was
I was
liking
say, how are you
his
doing?
stuff.
But you probably can't hear me.
You got
Yeah.
his stuff.
He asked how you were doing.
I'm doing good. I just got back from the pool.
Yeah, he just got back from the pool with his buddy.
Nice.
Thank you.
So yeah. So
Yeah,
now
pools
he's
are
out
good at
there.
this time of weather.
Bro,
All right,
100%. All right, bye. See ya. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
it's
wanted to go.
like 80 degrees out here. I don't know over there, but
It's hot here too, man. It was about that. It's about 84 degrees, but it's really humid here today. So you get outside, you get in the sun, it's freaking hot.
yeah.
We have a creek right down the street. I'm sure I told you that before. We usually go and get in and stuff, but his buddy called him up when to go to the pool. gave me a break for a few minutes, right, to catch up on some laundry and stuff, throw the dogs outside, and just do me for a little bit. So yeah, anyway, back to racing, bro. So, dude, again, I can't say it enough how proud of you I am, bro. You're, you know, and I told you this many times, whatever visions and goals you have in life and in this sport, dude, I hope you achieve them 10 times over. You are absolutely well on your way. Learning new tracks, YouTube videos. Thank God for that. How's the team, bro? How's the situation with the team? Everybody's super cool.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have a teammate. He's doing the other class of the bagger. So he's like the other like pro stock, which is basically just other adjustments you can do to the bike that I can't do to mine. And he's really cool. That's Travis, and then you have team owner is Carl. No, yeah, it's great. I mean, we have everything set up. We have always a good space. He had good communication with the Bagger Racing League, so that is always a plus because they put us in a nice spot for the fans. And no, team setup is great. I mean, we have support from Bridgestone actually on that, so it's a little different now. Another tire brand instead of Dunlop.
That's what one thing I was going to ask you next is the tires, right? It's completely different. Now all tires, man, they have different feel to them, right? Of course, with you got a whole brand new machine motorcycle with brand new tires, so it's all that wrapped into one package instead of just throwing a set of Bridgestones on or Pirellis or whatever on the Suzuki. So talk to me about the Bridgestones, man. I remember my last race, I ran Bridgestones for my last like four races I did, and I absolutely loved the front tire. I was like, dude, this is the best front I've ever had in my entire life. I felt like I could just, oh, dude, it was great. How do you like the Bridgestones?
They're really good. They actually um they made a new development tire, which is the RS12 Bridgestone, which is it's a street race tire like the Super Corsa and the Pirellis. Um they're in my class that I have to race those because the spec they want for that tire, and it's actually a very nice tire because I mean they're basically race tires on that you could technically use on the street, which you know I would not recommend on the rain. I don't lie to anyone who would be like, oh yeah, no, you can ride these on the street in the rain. Like, no, you don't. But no, I mean they're really good. I like the Bridgestones. It's just a whole different feel than Dunlop, and I mean Dunlops are good in their own ways. Bridgestones are good in theirs, and it's it's really, I mean, just like the feel was right when you get on it, and I mean in the corner it holds it right. I mean, especially for the torque it has, like it doesn't step out really in the corner, which is always a plus on on that side because I mean you don't want, I mean, you want movement in that bagger, but you don't want too much movement.
Oh, I guarantee it, right? Because it's not fun slinging a 700-pound motorcycle around. And you're right. You what you said earlier about. I was thinking about it. You got to get all your braking done in the gears before you get in the corner because you get in the corner and that front goes like this. It's gone. Like there's nothing you can do to save it at all. Yeah, makes sense. Bridgestones. Do you feel like it's a harder of a tire, like a harder of a field initially, and then it softens up?
I would say these ones are actually like pretty good in that way. I mean, they're designed to be good right off the bat. Like
Yeah.
they go out and you're good. Um, they can actually last like very long, even on this like bagger. They will last for like, I mean, you know, you don't want to try to find the edge on them, but I mean they'll go for a couple of sessions on those. So I mean, I would say harder technically, yes, but also I mean they they have what they need.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain that, but
No, it is. Well, it's got their own unique feel, right? And it's just how you adapt to it to make it work best for you. Simply put, right? Yeah, man. Again, I think it's awesome. So, the Bagger Racing League. How many rounds is it a season?
so 4 rounds a season.
Okay, so 4 rounds. Some rounds you have two races. The other is just one, and then the final race of the year is Mid Ohio or Nevada, Las
Yeah,
Vegas.
yeah. The Las Vegas is the last one. Yeah.
You have to stay out them casinos there, buddy.
I'm not going. I mean, but yeah, we'll go fly out there and visit some other things in Las Vegas while we're there anyway. I mean, last year we're there in Laguna Seca, which is not that far, but yeah, we try to do some sightseeing at least when we're out there.
Oh, 110%, man. It's part of the journey. You got to do a little sightseeing, you know. Vegas is cool. I've been there several times. I want to go catch a Raider game out there since they moved out there. I'd love to go out there and catch a Raider because that's my football team because of Bo Jackson back in the day, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no, I don't watch football. The handball, I'll say that. Real football, soccer, I watch that. But just for the Super Bowl, right? We'll get together, do wings or whatever. Commodity thing for me. Anyway, so how many rounds do you have left this year? You
Now
got
we do have one left. Well, not one left, but 3 rounds left. But the next one is in the bottom. Well, a good 3 weeks. A good 3 weeks is at the end of this month. We have the one in Gingerman, which is in Michigan. So that's gonna be a nice track.
I've never been there. Um, so where are you sitting at in the points?
Well, because that one, so I raced 2 classes a weekend just to make it a little more like just a lot of ride time. So the one I'm first in the points because I won both races. I won one race and crashed in the other one because yeah, I don't know. I was half a lap in front of him, but then I don't know. My front decided to take a break and just get me out of the corner. So, and I couldn't pick it up. I mean, that was above 700 pounds, and I just had like 2.5 weeks before that I had like a hernia surgery. So, the doctor technically told me not to lift anything for like 6 weeks more than 6 pounds. But, you know, he didn't know I was going to ride. But so I didn't try to overdo myself and then not have my surgery. Have it to do it again. So.
Yeah, go back and explain that back to the doc. Well, yeah, you just got out 3 weeks ago. Yeah, but what happened was, right? This is what happened. I was racing. Hey, what are you talking about? Yeah. What
Yeah, I
I did,
mean,
dog.
like, and he wasn't a sport doctor. He was a normal doctor. Normal doctors and nurses, they don't hate anything with motorcycles. They always go wild.
Yeah, they always talk cash shit at the hospital about motorcycles for sure. 110%. Man, dude, again, you're going to wrap up the championship, man. Let me ask you this. Coming into a new series, racing a new bike, the whole bagger league, did you have any certain expectations coming into this season, or were you just thinking of as, I'm going to approach it as a learning year? I'm going to go into it, yes, and still do the best I can. Or was you just like, yeah, I'm going to go in there and absolutely win?
I mean, I always try to win, but I mean, you don't try to like set too much expectation for yourself. Although I think many people were expecting things from me, which is another kind of form. But I mean, for myself, I try to definitely make the best out of what we have, and just kind of see where we go from where we are. And I mean, I had the mindset of I'm going there to win, which I mean worked out for
Damn
that
right.
weekend. So,
Damn
but
right.
but yeah, I mean you just always try to be humble about it, right? Some people don't, but I mean you usually try to be try to be humble about it.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody's ever met Levy, you're absolutely a very humble human being for sure. 110%. Um, Contract negotiations start now, or have you guys talked about next season, or
Yeah, I
anybody else
mean,
approached you, or
well, right now, I mean, we're just trying to make more connections. I mean, who knows what next year brings? Whatever way we go. I mean, that's. I mean, we're still technically we're in June, so that comes a little later. But I mean, it looked good what we have right now, and we have good expectations for the rest of it. Um, who knows what goes from here? I mean, you can be anything. Could be Motor America again. Can just step up higher in the bagger racing league and like the pro GP class with the higher built bike or something like that. So I mean, it just basically depends on what we get thrown at us. So
yeah, is it like So obviously it's just nothing but baggers because it's the bagger league. So obviously there's a lot of bagger people there, which I think is great for the sport. Like in New Jersey last year, bro, dude, 90% of the people there were Harleys and Indian riders. They were everywhere, and I loved it. I was like, this is great. Um, so how many different classes is in the bagger league class?
So technically, it's supposed to be mainly like baggers, but they do actually have I think like two classes which are different just to kind of fill some more riders. I mean, some people just bring out the bike to get some more seat time, or just because they want like some other people want to come out and just do it as well. So they have like a kind of a thunder bike class, which basically like a twins, and then they have a superbike class. So I mean, but not really like, that's not the main focus of them like Moto America does, like superbike. It's for them, it's more like if you have a superbike and you want to ride, I mean, you can ride. So they make another session for it, because we have at least four sessions. So they have Bayo GP, Pro Stock, Super Street, which is me, and then you have American Twins Unlimited, which is also me. um yeah, we have maybe that's about it. I think maybe one more class that I can't come up right now. But they have mostly baggers, just two other classes just to kind of include everyone.
Yeah, yeah. So what model bagger are you racing? Right, I gotta ask these questions because I'm trying to learn myself. What model bagger are you racing, and what are the modifications you're allowed to do? Because the only baggers I know of is Max Flinders, because he's a buddy of mine in Moto America, and a couple other buddies that race them, and they're just, yeah, super super expensive and got a lot of shit on it, right? So, uh, what are the rules in your class, and what are you guys allowed to do to it?
So we have the like the 2025 Road Glide. So it's basically, it's like not like, I mean, I was gonna say they're not like low riders, but I mean they're all pretty low. So yeah, we ride this Road Glide, which is a pretty big bike. I mean, um, s- uh, so the modification we're allowed to do is, other wheels, like different suspension that you put in. In my class, technically, it's not fully open in that suspension range, so you can't put like the conversional or the conventional forks they call them. So those are not allowed in that class yet because they're trying to keep it's still a little bit less like towards the GP where it's like allowed. Um, so you have what else? I mean, there's a lot of things you can do, of course, but I would say in my class there is not. You can't change the swing arm, so that's something I can't do, which is still a bit annoying because you scrape the clutch cover, you scrape the exhaust on the other side, so it's not like the ones who you can change it, so it gets higher. I mean, it's already raised up, but not high enough, so you like don't scrape anything anymore. So you can, I mean, of course, like so I said, the mid console. So technically on the newer the higher class of GP and like Moto America, they have their um seating position of their feet more back. So technically towards like the passenger side, that's where they also have more racing position. In mine, you can't, so you have to not get them all up front like those foot pads or whatever they call them up there. We're not racing like that, but they have to be kind of in the middle, so it's kind of like a supermoto style ish. I mean, not sure. I didn't ask why they do it, but that's how it is in my class. Um, it's still a smaller engine, so mine is, I mean, small. It's a 117, which is not like as Moto America, who's maybe like a 131 or like that it's cubic size. So mine makes significantly less horsepower. It's like an air cooled instead of a liquid cooled. So like if you go higher up, you go like to other engines who are more like liquid cooled and stuff like that. You can all change and adapt.
Yeah, so it's more like a stock class,
Yes, like they call it Super
a
Street
budget
to
class. Yeah,
yeah, to not
yeah.
like build them to the
The five
max.
hundred thousand dollars the baggers are in Moto America plus. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy the amount when they were telling me. I was like, holy shit, you got to be kidding me, man. That's more than super bikes. Anyway, I think it's listen when they first announced the bagger class. honestly, my first thought was like, I'm on the fence. Like, I don't see how they're going to do this, but and then the more I thought about it, I was like, you know what? I think this is a brilliant idea because now it's going to merge. You're I always call the racing around the world a beautiful circus, right? But then you have other little circuses within the main circus, which is road racing, like the Bagger League, and you get all these other little, right? Um, I was like, dude, it's gonna open up more doors. It's gonna bring more people to the sport, and the racing is gonna be absolutely amazing. So my next question for you is, and it's a question I've always want. Everybody wants to see it done, bro. When you win, when you gonna pull bears out the bags, dude, and start tossing them out to the crowd?
Well, I told him that like day one of I mean I've said it before, just when I was not riding them yet. I mean, just like 2 years ago or something. I said to Lisa, like, like they should do something with that. But I mean, I don't know what the rules are in Motor America, of course. But like I was like, I was telling my team owner, I was like, you know what? I mean, we need to make something that you can open the bag after and just pull out T-shirts. I did say a T-shirt cannon, but I mean, who knows? That's just start with T-shirts or something, just to throw out to fans, because it's like you say, like it's a huge crowd of new fans. I mean, that's what they do in MotoGP right now. Which, I mean, like a lot of people, like you said, are on the fence because they have never heard about it and they've seen some videos, but they don't really pay attention. But then the new MotoGP fans are kind of like, is it really racing though? Because it's a bagger and all that stuff. So they um I don't know how they adapt it yet to it because they just have their second race now. So, um, but like it's still a very high racing class. I mean, you have these like whatever amount of money baggers you racing, which looks like a semi truck and sometimes feels like a semi truck that you're trying to pass, and you can't pass with 5 people anymore. You have to be passing with 2 or 3 because you won't be able to fit in this straightaway. So I mean, it definitely is a crazy thing because something else like last weekend in Road America, it's the hometown of Wisconsin of Harley Davidson where they were manufacturing all that stuff. So it was a huge thing because a lot of people are so like such a fan. I mean, they come out and they and actually like Willie was there, Willie Davidson, which is the guy who's still bloodline of Harley Davidson, like the original people who still own it. So and he was there, which was like crazy. I mean, for racing that it can be, that's pretty crazy. And just a lot of like Indian fans were there and just Harley people, and it was basically when you're watching at the screen. I mean, anything like the most amount of people were the bagger people standing at the screen and waiting for this bagger race, and then like Indian went by Harley, and then they're all like going crazy, and then Harley goes back by Indian, and then they're silent, but then Harley starts yelling. I mean, it's crazy.
It's awesome. It's a rivalry, is what it is, right? That's exactly what we need. I think that's something our sport's missing is rivalries in our sport anymore, right?
Mm.
But that's just me personally. I want to see the rivalries. I want to see people talk shit, and even if it's just something you stir up, be like, "Hey, man, you're gonna start this thing rivalry and blah blah blah," and get the crowd into it. Like, yeah, that's what it's part of the show, right? But yeah, I think it's great, man. I think the whole bagger thing's just, I just wish that they would, eventually, I'm sure it'll get to that point, like make the class a little bit more even, kind of like the super hooligans, right? Like they just kind of let that get out of control, like the Twins Cup kind of get out of control, the Junior Cup got out of control. Like there's a lot of out of control, right? But I love Moto America; they're fucking fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, they do a great job. It just I mean, everyone has their pains in their sport that it's just hard to control. Of course, I mean, I can't blame them in certain ways, but also like sometimes because you're living in the exact moment of like should be more fair and should be this, should be that. I mean, eventually you're kind of just happy that you're actually writing it, but um I think just Indian got like a huge upgrade of tune or something they could do, which is another crazy amount of money I heard. But I mean, yeah, it's just it's hard to keep things legal too because sometimes like just the manufacturer brings something new and is it legal? I don't know.
Hey, listen, since we've been racing, since we designed a wheel, the first time anybody created the very first race, bro, everybody cheats. Everybody cheats. I don't care who you are. Everybody cheats. That's part of racing. They do it in NASCAR. They do it in whatever sport. Cheap, right? You bend that, you find that gray area and you bend it. And if you get caught, you're like, well, it's not in the rule book. And then they make up a rule about that shit, right? And then you find another gray area and you bend that shit. And then yeah, it's how that we evolve. So I think it's great. I do. I think it's great. So learning a new bike, new tires, still the same old Levy, winning races, right? What's your favorite tracks you've been to? New tracks you've been on?
Well, I would say Nebraska was surprisingly good because that last corner where I crashed was a little less because now I got a little hatred to it. But um, yeah, I mean, like for Nebraska being like in the middle of nowhere of like the Midwest, like I mean it got as with Midwest as you would think. I mean the people and just the fields. It was
Oh,
flat fields and like all the way around, like as far as you can see, it was a field, and just like the actual track they made there, which was very surprising, and I actually liked it for what they did out there. So that was a huge plus. If you're expecting something and you get it's better than your expectations, always great. So the new track, technically, I would say Nebraska was really good.
good, man. Good, good. Have you tried any food in different states you've been into? Obviously, every time I go to Wisconsin, I gotta have one spotted cow beer because it's their home beer and it's good. You can't get anywhere else. And then you're in Wisconsin, so of course you could eat cheese, man, right? Good cheese curds and all that. Do you know the other states you've been to? Do you go out there and eat locally there too as well?
Yeah, so we went out for a good dinner. They actually had a pretty good connection with so like in Nebraska, they had a good the one restaurant was sponsoring the track kind of. So I mean, so they kind of just held a whole um dinner there with like the whole league, and that was really good. Which I mean, it was really good food. I don't think there was much like, oh wait, actually, because Nebraska's a huge growing, I would say, state. They are apparently one of the biggest producers in corn. So we tried to eat something with corn, and they had, what do they call them? Like it was basically like a small I forgot the name. It's the corn in like a little cheese curd or something, like, but it was like a corn in there, like actually kernels and stuff, which was really good. I mean, if you like corn, I do, but that was actually really good. Um, then of course when we went to Wisconsin last weekend, we had we went to the restaurant down the road, and there was like the garage restaurant, which is a really good place. Although it's very weird, they always close. I mean, everything closes there around like 8 p.m., which is very annoying. Um, so we actually went like right after the race, which was like 4:30 or something, and they were already like out of everything, and they just like anything. I think they were convinced they were out of cheese because anything we asked for cheese, like mac and cheese or cheese curds, they're all like no, we're out. I'm like, you're the state of cheese that you claim. So there must be cheese in your backyard. So if you don't have cheese, I don't know. I'm gonna start saying to people, no, Wisconsin doesn't have cheese anymore. It's over.
I
So
love it.
but any food that did came out, which I mean, that was really good. Um, so so one food that Lisa really wanted when she saw the pictures, she always looks at pictures and desserts, whatever they have, was like deep fried cheesecake, and then she was sold on that one. And lucky enough, they had that still because I think she was gonna go to war with that waitress there. So I was like, I told her, I was like, you're to that waitress, I'm like, you're lucky because she would have been pissed.
I should have
But
burnt this place down.
she would have been like, she would have said to anyone to be like, don't go to
Uh,
that restaurant. They don't have anything. And got to a certain point, they were just saying like, oh no, we don't have this, we don't have this. And then I think Bruce just said like, yo, like, do you guys know there was like 5 minutes down the road, there's a huge motorcycle event going on, and they were like, yeah, we did, but we didn't expect it to be this big. Like, dude, it's been like this big for like years. And like, come on. And they're like, yeah, but they can only smoke this much. Well, buy another smoker then. I don't care.
right? Like feed the people. That's
I
yeah,
know.
feed the people. Yeah, yeah. I could see Elisa doing that too. Running the place down for sure.
Oh yeah,
110%.
she has that Latina. You know,
Yeah,
she will be mad,
yeah,
especially food.
yeah. Bet, right? Yeah, 100%. So, man, dude, you got a lot of momentum. You know, obviously, there's a couple rounds left of this season. You know, we talked about your expectations coming in to this new league. Now that you're in the situation you're in, tell me your thoughts of the remainder of the season.
Technically for that one class, I mean, you know, you always got to keep winning for a championship, but I mean, if you look at the points, which actually was a little bit of an annoying fact technically on this point system, is they actually give second place 22 points instead of 20. So he goes from 25, 22 to 20, which usually it's like a 25, 20, 18 or something like that.
18, yeah, 17, 16, blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of was annoyed about that because now because of that one crash and I couldn't continue, I couldn't pick it up and get some more points. They give second place 22 points, which if you know, I mean the remainder of the races, which is 2, 1, and another 2, so 5 races left on that class, I would have to win them all, and you know to to make sure I win the championship there because that one mistake will maybe cost me like my whole season. Um, so I mean, technically, just I would have to win all the races from here on out. So
I don't see an issue. No, no,
yeah,
no, no pressure. I don't see an issue. Nah, it's yeah, you know, it's one thing that I like about you in your writing style, you know, everybody's got their own particular approach to it, is you're always calm, cool, and collective. It's like nothing on the outside bothers you. And if it does, you don't show it at all in your energy or anything. And I love that. That means you're just so strong, mental headed, right? And you're working it out here. Again, hey, you're going to be a champ. 110%. You already are a champion. So you'll just have a lot more of those behind you to add to the collection at the end of the season for sure.
oh yeah, I have 3 right now. So I mean, and I can technically win 4 a weekend. So I mean, I told Lisa we can just start building a wall for that. But um I no, I mean we were talking about that, you know, I mean it's fun as you can get to in racing. It's hard. I mean it's worse than winning a lottery. It really is. And the fact that I'm actually racing for 2 years on now, that I'm racing technically fully sponsored and, you know, not having to fund your whole own ride, that's pretty success. And especially for my parents too, because, you know, they put a lot of time and effort and money into it. And so the Lisa's parents now, into me too. So, I mean, and we always kind of say it now, even though if I would retire, I mean, I kind of look at it right now. If I have to stop racing because we will, and you know, I mean, there's no bad looking back to it. I mean, sure, like opportunities you will like. I mean, there's always like a what if I would be racing longer. I mean, I haven't quit yet, so I don't know. But I mean, we always try to look at it the good way that you know. I mean, got married, found my wife through racing, which is something most people probably don't do. Um, so I mean, in that aspect, like everyone is happy what we achieved, and I mean, same as Elisa did. You know, if we would have never raced, we would have never met each other or be in the United States.
You know, no facts, right? It's I believe, you know, and I've said this all the time, I believe everything happens for a reason when it's meant to happen, you know. So yeah, I mean it's not the end all be all. You know, we for you and a lot of people doing it, yeah, that's it, right? Like this is gonna be my career, this will be my life and blah blah blah. But again, you know, and I said this just a few minutes ago, the way you approach it in your mental mind state and the way you think about it, man, it's kind of like you're free, but you're doing it. And if something happens, you got to walk away. Hey, man, I had fun. What a journey it's been. Right. And I think that's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm finishing up college, which I'm doing summer class right now just to get it done earlier because you know, I mean, I'm 22. We eventually gotta get everything done. So, it's crammed like 5 weeks instead of 15 weeks. So I'm doing like everyday assignments, which is always fun. So I try to just run ahead like weeks if I can, like on certain things because then I can just kind of keep that away and just, if I do fall behind on a day and you have to do other stuff, you do. And so I do that. And then Lisa has a job, which is, something crazy too. She finished her master's and everything. So, got an adult. We actually are here in our new apartment, which, you haven't, I don't know if you heard about that we moved out to our new apartment. So now we live by ourselves. And I mean, stuff changes, and now I mean, I'm waiting for working papers and everything. So I mean, yeah, it's life goes on. I never thought, you're gonna hit it this far in the United States. And if I can just look at it like, if I want to be someone who get like sponsored or paid for a ride, and basically that's worked if you count my winnings of a race win or something. But um so, and other people are like, if I don't make it in racing, I'll just die in the spot. I'm like, dude, you can't think like that, because you're probably not gonna make it. I mean, that's you got to think like that. If you do, that's great, because that's like the ultimate goal. But I mean, we have our plan A, which is going to work and earn probably way more money than you would probably be spending before you make money in racing. But so we always kept a clear mind, and try to just make fun weekends out of it. Like Lisa, she does the same thing. Who knows, next year if she will ride again, then she's just gonna ride the track she loves. And like, she loves Daytona, she loves, like, for example, like Road America, she loves all the time, every time she goes. So I mean, just like, have fun while you're there, while you're doing it, because a lot of people are just too hyped up with like the emotion, and just like, oh, we got to do this, and like that. Come on, just have fun, because at a certain point it might end. So
All good things come to an end, my friend. Everybody hangs up their leathers at some point in time in their life, right? So
yours are hanging up there, I see.
yeah, mine are hanging up here right now, right? Yeah, I got my bison, and this is the my new sponsor, Kumani. It's Aiden Theo. I've had him on the podcast. He raced in Moto America, but he raced out there in Thailand. Um, shit, B BTR. Fuck, I forget the name of it. But dude, they only race at one track. That's the whole season. It's just one track, their whole entire season, right? But yeah, so they gave me this to take around, and in some gloves, two different pair of gloves to show off and measure people and all that. I'm waiting on mine to come in actually, so got a new one coming. So yeah, so it's always exciting getting new leathers, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm still waiting for mine. It's been a whole thing with the war going on and stuff like that. That's where a lot of things got like very delayed.
Yep.
And Elisa just got her new suit, and which looks amazing. Bison had this like new like gold and silver, that kind of stuff. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yep,
Like she she saw it, she wanted all of it. So she she made the whole design with flames on it, and then she has like gold stuff anywhere she wants to. She's like, who cares? It's our own team. So she designed her own clothes. She designed the tents. She designed her own suit. She was like, nah, I'm choosing now. So who cares? Like, and then, her dad, Bruce, is like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Let's do it. Yeah, I love it, man. I think it's great. My next question is, when we're gonna get little Levi Baddies running around?
It's coming. It's probably like, another year or two, and that's all. I have to get a good job. I mean, that's I'm waiting on those papers. But other than that, I mean, it's it will come. We're not one of those we won't have kids kind of thing. So, and the sooner the better, and they'll probably be racing too, and hopefully
That was
by
my
then.
next question, bro. You gonna get them a bike? I already know.
Oh yeah, and hopefully by then we know enough people, like we know already, like a lot of people in the industry, and give them a better racing experience than that we ever had. And we got a great one, but that's how generation goes, and just get them a better experience.
I love it, dude. I love it, dude. Levy, I talked to a lot of people. Like you, man, you got it figured out. You really do, right? The work side of it, obviously, you got your family already planned out. You got a brand new apartment. You're not having to pay for a ride, right? You're getting prize money. You got, your papers are coming in. You got to get, dude, a super proper mega job. I already know you are, and dude, the sky's the limit. I said that many times, bro. It's you're definitely going to succeed, dude. And I'm very proud of you, bro. I am,
Thank
and
you.
I know I know your dad is too, and your mom too as well, right? All your true friends and everybody that's been behind you from day one, dude.
Yeah.
Bro, absolutely proud of you.
I was I was gonna say I was like, on the sponsor side, a lot of sponsors that know us, and if they see we have kids, I think we're gonna have to hit up Tasha for like a mini suit with probably
There you
gold and
go.
silver on it and
All right, with
flames.
some
Yeah.
flames. Yep. I love it, man. I love it. Well, Levy, dude, look, we're about an hour into this, man. I'm gonna let you go here in a minute. So I go out here because I know Ross is gonna come in here in a few minutes. Say he's hungry and he wants to eat. So I'm gonna go out there. I got a steak, a sirloin. I'm gonna throw on the grill and do some mushrooms with some butter and some garlic. And yeah, I'm gonna get
Is
out
he
there and get
is
my
he gonna
chef
burn
on.
down the house if you don't?
No, Rossi won't burn down the house. He'll just demand V-Bucks or whatever video game he's playing at the time for a costume or a skin or who knows? Who knows? My dude, if I looked at it the other day, I was like, bro, you know how much money I spent on skins and freaking blah, blah, blah on these video games? I wish I would have created one of those because I'd be super rich right now.
How's he
I
doing
wouldn't
on the
be
dirt
paying to do this.
how's he doing on the dirt bike though that you got him?
Honestly, it's when he was born, I told the story. I never push it on him. Like every once in a while, I'll be like, hey, let's go ride the dirt bike. And sometimes he's like, yeah, let's go. And then he'll go out there for 15, 20 minutes. He's like, okay, I'm done. And he'll come right back in. Sometimes he'll come up to me and say, it's not very often he does it. Right. So he loves to go to Moto America. I mean, he loves to see you and all his friends there at Moto America. That's his thing. Club race. I took him to club race, Levy. He's like, nope, this absolutely sucks, Dad. This is not Moto America, right? Like, I don't know anybody. You know everybody. I don't know anybody. So it's do I wish? Yeah, of course, right? Because I think that every parent, whatever passion you have, whether it's painting, woodworking, whatever it is, you want to instill some of that and pass something down that you're so passionate about. I guess for us to keep it alive in some sort of sense in our brains, right? So, but at the end of the day, I realized that hey, he's his own unique individual. He's got his own way of thinking and his likes and dislikes, and whatever he wants to do, I'm all in 110%. Don't give a shit what it is. Let's just go, right? I just want him to have a passion like I have for motorcycles for something. No matter, it could be fishing, it could be crochet. I don't give a shit. I really don't. I think that if
Yeah.
more people in this world had a passion like you and me and your wife and everybody in the beautiful circus, think about how much happier this place would be.
Yeah, I mean, I was remembering like Lisa's cousin, for example, like her husband, he always loved like hockey, like ice hockey, and he always just wanted to do it, or I don't think he ever got into it because his parents didn't put him into it or whatever. And then he got his kids into it, and they actually enjoy it and stuff. So he's enjoying the hockey through his kids now, and then I think he signed up for his own like hockey league now. So I mean, which I didn't know they had. And he was like, well, I'll join my league. I'm like, dude, if I find time, I will. I mean, that actually sounds pretty cool because I would have probably been a good hockey guy at my age when I was in high school because they don't have that in Europe. I mean, they don't have school sports, they don't have all that stuff. So I was like, I mean, I was probably would be a good hockey guy. So I might do some. I mean, I probably have to learn how to skate first, well, before I actually get up a stick and try to do stuff with that. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's like for Lisa, for example. I mean, for me, I was always kind of into bikes and like just stuff like that. But like for Lisa, I mean, her dad never forced it on her, and she actually started like riding a motorcycle on track days like that when she was 12. So I mean, it's some people just got it late. They actually like, oh yeah, that is pretty fun. But
Oh.
who knows?
Well, I will say this: Lisa does have she can draw and paint for sure. So yeah, that's
Oh
I
yeah, like
I can't draw worth a shit, right? Like I scribble.
yeah,
That's
she
my
has like
drawing
a
right
she
there.
up there, so like a Jesus painting up there, just like she made in 2 hours or something. Just like yeah, I was like what?
I got me sitting there staring at it for like 15 hours, going, I don't even know where to start. I have no idea, right? There's some people's got it like that. I don't. I just dab paint, put it on there, and write my name. So there it is. Let's
You
go,
gotta
right?
make those Picassos or the Justin Pollocks or something. Just like grab the thing and just splatter on it and make it just like yeah, that's the emotion of my dream, whatever. And then just like yeah, here's 500 grand.
Good, not a bad idea, is it? Right? Only if it was that simple. It's not that simple.
I
If it
just
was,
told
we'd
Lisa, I
all
mean,
be
you
doing
keep
it.
painting. I mean, if it's gonna be worth something eventually, who knows? I mean,
Yeah.
you're gonna have a whole collection.
You just gotta stay on it. That's it. That's with anything. I feel like nowadays, especially, people have this idea of. I'm just gonna say podcast, right? People, I get past that, dude. How do I start a podcast? It's something I want to do. I'm like, bro, like it's a lot of work. It's not like it seems simple. It seems easy. There's a lot of shit that goes in behind it, right? It's a full-time job on top of my full-time job, on top of my full-time being a husband and a dad and all these things in between. But you got to love it. You got to want to do it, and eventually it'll work out. So,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's a whole different thing, and you got to do your own research if you really want to do it. I mean, there's enough content online to find out how to or what to and what to do it about. I mean, there's enough online like accessibility now. So yeah.
110%. Well, Levi, it's always an honor. Just stay on with me for a minute because me and you're going to go ahead and schedule our end of the year one because you got a couple rounds remaining. So I want to get you on at the end of the year so we can do a whole recap of the season and hear about your new contract that you're getting paid for and all this stuff, right? So I'm gonna let you end the podcast as I always do with all my friends, but I just gotta say, as I always do, man, if it wasn't for you and everybody listening and all the likes and subscribes, I wouldn't be sitting here doing this. And thank you to everybody. It means the absolute world to me. I don't get paid to do this. I pay to do this, right? But I absolutely love it. But without your support, I'd just be talking to myself and nobody be listening. So I love each and every single one of you. It means the absolute world to me. Big shout out to Kabuto Helmets. They're one of my new sponsors. They're absolutely amazing. Next time you're at the Moto America race, or go to KabutoAmericas.com. If you're there, go up to Scott, tell him I sent you, put your hands on a helmet, try it on, feel it, take one home, try it out for yourself. I absolutely love it. KabutoAmericas.com. Big shout out to AGV Sports Group Khomeini, right? Levi, I tell everybody all the time, I've been saying this since I started this podcast, and my very first suit sponsorship with Bison. Dude, it is 2026. Stop buying off the rack suits. Get yourself a full proper suit that's tailored, customized specifically for you and your body. It makes a world of a difference. I mean, it's night and day difference. There's many brands to choose from. You got Bison, you got Khomeini. I mean, you got Hypernaked. The list goes on. Just do yourself a favor. Get you a full custom suit. It is a game changer. And with saying that, get you a full proper motorcycle undersuit, not the Under Armour, not the freaking Nike. It is not the same. It is not even in the same league, for real, right? I say it all the time. Every time my racer buddies, they agree because it's true. So there's two of my friends that make the best undersuits in the world. Again, you're not going to go wrong by ordering from any of them. 64 Degree Racing, my man Tate's absolutely amazing. And of course, my girl Mama Aliki from VenomSport.com, right? Again, you're not going to go wrong from ordering from any of them. But do yourself a favor, love yourself, get you a full proper custom suit and a real undersuit. And you can thank us later. Big shout out to K-Tech Suspension, SFL Mini GP, whether you're in Jersey or South Florida. You could be 70 years old, never rode. All you got to do is register and show up. You could be a dad that has a 3, 4, 5, whatever age, guy or girl, son or daughter. Man, just register. You show up. They provide the bikes, the suits, the gloves, everything. That's all you got to do. And you can even rent bikes if you're thinking about buying one and try it out there at the track yourself. Do yourself a favor, SFLMiniGP.com. That's where a lot of the future legends of our sports coming out of, right? I mean, the list goes on. Big shout out to my UK sponsorship. They've been with me, man, since day one. My man Martin from the Clothing Kings. You guys and girls can go to clothingkings.co.uk. You get all your Pendergast merch out there in the UK. I just did a deal with Truth Be Told Apparel. So I got some new merch. I got my new shirt. You've seen Rossi on with the beanie hat and the sweatshirt on. So I put out a QR code. I kind of forgot how to do it, so I'm a little bit behind on that. Might need a little help redoing it because I'm not the best tech suave guy out there, even though I do this, right? But yeah, you guys can, I'll put the QR code out there. I got 3 friends that make graphics, right? Again, you're not going to go wrong by ordering from any of them. Whether you want your bike wrapped, your helmet wrapped, your car wrapped, your wife wrapped, your dog wrapped, whatever the case may be, right? Listen, You can go to grgdesigns.com, Gus Rodeo. Everybody knows who Gus Rodeo is. Chris Curzel from Drippin' Wet and Reese Brody from REV Graphics. Again, you're not going to go wrong by ordering from any of them. And on that note, big shout out to all the corner marshal workers. Thank you guys and girls so much. If it wasn't for you showing up at the track and volunteering and all this good stuff, Levy wouldn't be out there winning races. I wouldn't be out there running my mouth, right? So thank you so much. Big shout out to Road Racing World for all the air fences. Again, you guys go to Road Racing World, donate to the air fences. If we don't have those air fences, guess what? We're not going racing. So it's important that we have those air fences. Please donate. Anything helps. And if you're at the track, and I forget what the minimum donation, I'm gonna have to ask Ulrich again. I think it's $350. You get a 2-up ride with the legend himself, Chris Ulrich, on the back of the superbike. You think you're fast, you get on the back of that thing, you're like, yeah, I don't know shit, right? But anyway, one last thing I'm gonna say is keep it in the industry. Support those that support you. Don't order fucking Alpine style, whatever it is, off of Walmart, Target. Keep it in the industry. Our industry is literally this big, right? The more you go outside of it, guess what? It gets even smaller. Please do me a favor. Keep it in the industry. Support those that support you. Support your local mom and dad's motorcycle businesses. When you go to track days, support Pit Lane Moto and, Derek the Stick Boy and whoever your local vendor is. Support them. It's a huge deal. And thank you. Anyway, Levy, that's enough of me doing this, man. Tell everybody where they can find you at. Where can we watch the Bagger League racing and we can catch you out on YouTube? Do you have any new merch you're going to drop?
We are going to drop. Yeah, it's working on it because we did a new a brand, so we were trying, and they actually came out really well. We just have to order more now that we know it's actually it's a good quality. So yeah, a lot of people actually have been asking because last time we brought some quick what do you call them, like the rain jackets out kind of thing, but then trying to get some more just t-shirts because people just love t-shirts. And yeah, people can follow me on just my name basically anywhere, like any platform. You just look my name up. I mean, that you're gonna find it. Same as my wife Elisa. She, you're gonna find hers right there as well. Same on YouTube. Elisa and Levi. It's Elisa and Levi, and you're gonna find us. I mean, just basically look our name up. It's gonna just pop up because our life is not that private. But yeah, Bagger Racing League. Actually, if you want to watch any of these races, they're basically just on YouTube. There's another platform I think they stream it on, but it's the easiest for most people is just YouTube. Bagger Racing League. It's just right there. You'll find the schedule on there or on Facebook or internet. Just kind of look their schedule up, and you can watch the race back like right away from this past 2 weeks ago from Nebraska. So it's online. I mean, you can see the whole recap and you can see my last lap passed on that one guy. So that was I mean, everyone kind of loved that one. So yeah, I mean, Bagger Racing League, you can just watch it right there, stream it live. It's a pretty nice broadcast, if I have to say myself. So yeah, that. Just follow us all and just keep updated with all the things.
I love it. And if you guys, in any of the Harley Indian guys, happen to listen to this podcast when you make it out to the next events, make sure you please stop by, say hi to Levy, get that picture, get that autograph, hopefully have his merch, for sale then too, get you a hat, t-shirt. So again, that goes along with saying support those that support you. It's absolutely very important. So, dude, Levy, it's always an honor to sit down to you and see you, my friend. I can't wait to get your wife back on. You guys stay tuned. I've had her on too before, so go back and listen to that one. Because everybody knows I'm a huge advocate for women in our sport because they absolutely belong here. Real quick before we get off, when we're going to see Elisa on the Bagger, bro? Has she had a chance to throw her leg over it yet?
So my team owner's been pushing it, but I think she will stay off of that thing because she moves her bike around with hopes and dreams, and that's a, I don't know, what is it, the 250-pound bike or something. She saw me like getting up that bagger with the step, like I use like those like stepping things to get on it, and she was like, hell no, I'm not doing that. No, I think she's on with you, what, 2 weeks? She's
Yep.
definitely that
2
day,
weeks.
so she's gonna be on the 20th or something.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. Elisa, is on the 20th, originally at 6 p.m. EST time. But before we started this podcast, she needs to do it earlier because now she works at that time. So
Be a
whenever,
little earlier.
you just do, we can do whatever.
That day.
Just shoot me a time. Yeah, that day, just whatever time. I'll post it out there so everybody be, know when to
But
tune in. So
I don't know if you've seen on my bike, if you looked at it closely, but you've seen those bagger saddles. On those saddles, I mean, mine still is like one of those. Behind me, there's like more of a cushion because they want to raise it so high and everything. They make like an extra seat there. So I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I offered her to go on the back of mine, but I mean, she might not have the sense of I want to like see the light yet. But I mean, who knows? We might get it on there. I was actually gonna say when you were talking about the 2-up ride with Chris Ulrich. I mean, I was like, I don't know how much I should be charging for people if they want like a 2-up with me on that bagger. But I mean, who knows if my team owner is up for that? I might try it because the extra 100 pounds is not gonna do much to that bike.
no, absolutely not. And I think it'd be a great idea because you get, people involved and then they can actually, uh, donate money to a good cause within the Bagger Racing League. Well, whatever the team owner comes up with, yeah, I think it'd be a great idea. And again, dude, you're
Bagger Racing League might be up for it too. Who knows? They can figure something out, and I'll be the next Chris Ulrich in Bagger Racing League doing 2-up ride with baggers.
there you go, right, dude. I would love to sit down with your team owner too as well and get him on the podcast. So,
Yeah, he's a very pretty good, accomplished motocross racer from Supercross and everything. So I mean, yeah, I'll send them the information.
yeah, just send him information. Just give my number. Just tell him, dude, I want him on. Shoot me a text, and we'll make it happen. But anyway, enough about that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's always an honor to sit down with the legend himself. Yes, I say it to all my friends because you know what? This sport is so small and there's very few people that actually get to do what Levy's doing. And in my eyes, anybody that's doing it is an absolute legend walking this earth. So thank you so much, Levy. I appreciate it. Always love having you on. Can't wait for the next one. And yeah, is there anything you want to say before I end this?
Just keep positive, everyone.
That's it. Keep positivity, baby. Let's go. On that note, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow because I got Robert Maxwell on. And don't forget, TT's over with. Boo. My favorite 2 weeks of the year. It's done. It's dusted. Dude, how fucking real quick. How awesome was it to see Michael Dunlop on Joey's RC51 doing that lap? Dude, I was like, that's all I'm going to say on that. On that note, I'm in the podcast. There ain't nothing else to say. Just down with me for 1 second.
Calling all two-wheel enthusiasts, get ready to rev up your earbuds with Pin the Gas Podcast, the ultimate motorcycle racing podcast, hosted by Chris Simcoe, one of our very own excellent leaders here in Roanoke, Virginia. With expert analysis, behind-the-scenes stories, and exclusive writer interviews, Pin the Gas Podcast delivers the adrenaline rush of the racetrack straight to your ears. Whether you're a diehard fan or a curious newcomer, you'll gain insights that will transform how you watch and understand motorcycle racing. On your favorite podcast app, join Simcoe as he takes you on a high-speed journey through the world of motorcycle racing. Pin the Gas Podcast.